Infinity Games Podcast.
Yes.
Oh, alrighty.
Alright, I am Jukeboxhero,
I'm KelryxsKing.
and this is the Infinity Games Podcast, episode 12. If you have
Damn.
Yeah, no kidding. We've made it.
3 months.
Why did I have to think it's been 12 weeks?
Lol.
Shit. If you have any feedback for us, if you have anything you want us to talk about, anything that you'd like us to, talk about more, you can hit us up on our Facebook at Infinity Games Podcast or our Twitter at Games_podcast.
Yeah, those.
Yeah, those.
With the things and the stuffs.
Yes. The
Yes.
tweets and the posts?
Comments?
Comments.
Dick pics.
Not those.
Aw.
Okay, you can send them to Kelryx. He loves the D.
Yes.
Anyways, our topic is E3 in its entirety.
Because our last episode was predictions and wants, and E3 happens. Now we have to talk about what actually happened.
Yes.
Case in point, I'm a god. My predictions are amazing. All hail me.
I think I had one come true, but it wasn't one that I said on the podcast, so I was a little disappointed.
Well, god damn it.
Yeah. That's okay, though. No, so first off, who won E3?
You and me were talking about it the other day, but I thought about it some more. I still think Sony won.
Yeah?
I do. I like Nintendo dropped bombs. Like Nintendo shit all over everybody, but just overall I'm more happy with all the stuff that came out for Sony. I really am.
Yeah.
I'm super excited about a lot of the Nintendo stuff. But the main thing that fucks me over on the Nintendo stuff is I don't have a Switch. And they're expensive, and they aren't exactly, like, readily fucking available right now. So,
yeah.
As excited as I am for all of the Nintendo stuff, it's like, I probably can't play half of it for another, like, 3 to 4 months when I have money. Hopefully. So,
you know what, I better preface this. The Nintendo presentation was the only one I watched. Every year since about 2011, I've watched all of them, including like the Ubisoft ones and whatnot. But this year, I just wasn't feeling it. So I just watched the Nintendo one, but I kind of checked out highlights and stuff. Fuck Xbox at E3.
Yeah, they suck. I hate Microsoft and Xbox. They're literally, in my opinion, the only reason Xbox is still alive right now is they're just riding on the coattails and the paychecks of like the really overly loyal fans.
Oh, I don't know about that, but
I mean, that's how I feel.
Yeah. I mean, it has its exclusives, but I don't know. Like, literally the only difference to me between the Xbox and the PS4 is exclusives.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're me and you don't give a shit about any of those exclusives, then they're pointless.
Well, yeah.
And that's how the PC race feels.
Before I get crucified by all the Microsoft fanboys, I have no fucks to give about Xbox. I never really have. I literally bought my Xbox 360 for a single game because it was only on Xbox 360, and the version of that game that got ported to PS3 was Japan exclusive. That's literally the only fucking reason I got my 360. That is literally one of the only reasons I ever played my Xbox 360. I bought an Xbox One because I wanted to play Sunset Overdrive. I played it for about an hour and a half, put it down, never looked at it again. I sold my Xbox One because it was literally sitting there gathering fucking dust because there was not a single game on that system that I had two fucking shits about that wasn't on the PS4.
Brutal.
Rant over. So before I get crucified in the goddamn comments or on Twitter or somewhere, just know that I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck if you're like...
You're still going to get crucified, but you can sit up there on the cross being like, man, I don't give a shit.
Yeah, pretty much. Be like, Jukebox, back me up.
Alright. Anyhow, I didn't watch them. I didn't give any fucks for the Xbox presentation. I liked a lot of things that came out of Sony's, though at the same time, I still didn't care that much. For Nintendo, it wasn't necessarily that their presentation was super strong. I mean, we mostly got what we expected out of it, but I still say they won for the two things that they announced that are so early in development that they had nothing to show for it.
Can you do the one that you're really excited for, and can I do the one that I'm really excited for?
Yes.
Yay! You go first.
Oh, okay. So with Nintendo, because they're like, hey, we're working on Metroid Prime, and hey, there's going to be a Pokemon game on the Switch, was kind of a huge deal, because, I mean, people have been bitching about Metroid since pretty much the day after Metroid Prime 3 came out.
Yep.
It's like, yes, this is a great game. Where's the next one?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. And I mean, we don't have a problem with Other M. From what I saw of Kelryx playing it, I mean, I liked the 2D stuff in it. So I like 2D Metroids more. But, yeah, so that kind of blew people's minds. And then with the Pokemon thing, no one really expected to get a main series game on a console. And especially after they said, hey, Pokemon Go is probably the closest you'll get to a real life experience MMO type thing. I can't honestly say I'm that surprised, because they're like, we got to keep Pokemon handheld. The Switch is technically, in some regards, a handheld, because you bring it with you.
Agreed.
So I don't feel like it's that much of a stretch. It's not like they're backpedaling on what they've said. More Odyssey. It was really nice to see more of Super Mario Odyssey.
I'm actually really excited for Super Mario Odyssey now.
I know, because you were like
I
crazy
honestly
skeptical.
I was fucking terrified. I was like, this is goddamn fucking Sonic 06 all over again with the people. But then you watch the actual Super Mario gameplay, and it's like, if you find the whole thing on YouTube, it's like a solid 22-minute video. Like, they go all through one small part of a world. They run around in the city for a little while. They show you how much different shit you can interact with. Like, it actually looks like a buttload of fun.
Yeah. See, it didn't necessarily blow my mind, because it was kind of what I expected to be. The big surprise to me was kind of that you can take over enemies using your hat. My gripe with the New Donk City is still the same. Like, it feels like Sonic Adventure, and I don't mean that in a way like it's a hub world and you use it to move around and stuff, because it is a level. It's more that it's super uncanny valley. Yeah. Especially to have people, like more realistic people, and then Mario beside him, who is technically supposed to be a human.
Yeah, I agree. I don't like it. What I think they should have done is, I think they should have taken New Donk City and made it Mario style. Like, I see no issue with just having normal people, as opposed to toadstools and fucking Koopas and Goombas and all this other shit. Like, you could still have humans, like people like Peach and Mario and Luigi. Just make them do what they did, just make them
stylized.
Look like Mario.
Yeah.
Just meh.
See, I feel like they couldn't do that just because it would dilute the human Mario characters, because all of a sudden they wouldn't stick out nearly as much. But I actually wouldn't have had a problem if they just had toad people everywhere. They just found a way to fucking modernize and stop living in mushrooms.
Right? Could you imagine just seeing a toad in a suit with a briefcase? You know how you walk around all the time, half the time? Just like, oh god, I'm going to be late for my job. And you're just like, whoa. What? Your job is to be comic relief for me as the main character.
Yes. And get all the bitches.
All the bitches.
Toad gets all the bitches.
All the bitches.
Yeah, fucking, I don't know, Super Mario Odyssey, I feel like it's still going to be like Mario Galaxy and Sunshine, where, as great of games as they are, they still technically sell less than the 2D adventures.
Agreed.
But, yeah, I'm kind of excited for that, mostly because other people are excited. It's the same with Metroid Prime 4, because I don't give a single shit about the 3D Metroid games, but the fact that everyone else is happy and they're finally getting something they've wanted for a really long time makes me happy. so I get on the same hype train.
Honestly, I'm kind of hit or miss with Metroid Prime. Like, I think the fact they're doing Metroid Prime 4 is fucking awesome because people love those games, but I played Metroid Prime 2. I got it for Christmas, like back when it first came out, right?
Oh,
and
really?
I played it. Yeah, I played it and I enjoyed it. It was a great game. But here's my issue with it: is they're really unforgiving.
Yeah.
And like, I know this is kind of ironic because Jukebox and I have talked about like how we've played Contra and Ghosts and Goblins and like other like hard, brutal, fucking savage ass like NES and Super Nintendo games. And then I'm like, Metroid Prime is difficult. Metroid Prime isn't difficult because it's fucking brutal. It's difficult because it's confusing as hell until you get everything figured out. Like, until you've literally memorized the maps by heart, learned how to read the maps, because in Metroid Prime 2, if you look up the map, that shit's in 3D. It's not like a top-down 2D, like, if I point my character 2 inches to the left and walk straight, I'll find a door. No, that shit's in 3D. If you're in this giant, like, cylindrical fucking area, your map will display that entire fucking cylindrical area. So you gotta learn how to read that map real fucking fast if you want to make any progress. And I can't tell you how many goddamn times that shit fucked me over.
Would you, because I don't remember what it looks like, would you say it's kind of comparable to the castle map in Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild?
Yes.
Okay.
Very much so.
Because I didn't like that.
Yeah, they're the maps in Metroid Prime are very much like the maps in Breath of the Wild. Like when you're in any of the ancient beasts or whatever, it's very much like that. Except they're more detailed. The ancient beast maps and stuff, they weren't very detailed. Like, you couldn't tell where exactly you were. But again, like, in their defense, they weren't like stupidly ginormous dungeons.
Nah.
So I mean, whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like, I think Metroid Prime 4 is super awesome. Will I buy it? I mean, if I have a Switch when it comes out and I have money when it comes out, maybe.
I'll buy it eventually.
But I'm not about to hold my breath on it, because it's like, I played the second one, I literally got to a certain boss and I could not beat it because the boss was bullshit. It had 3 stages. It was a halfway through the game boss, and it had 3 stages. That's final boss shit. That's not, hey, you're halfway through the game, get fucked. Like, no, that's not fucking fair. The idea, I don't know. Go ahead.
You're going hard, dude. You're getting ragey.
I'm mad. Bring back bad memories.
You got salt all up in there.
Yeah.
No.
I'll slightly rant about how bullshit that boss is, and then we'll move on. I want to talk about Pokemon after that.
Okay.
But go ahead.
Oh, Jesus. Did you just say my name?
No.
Oh.
Say my name. Jukebox.
So, no, I was just going to say I might play Metroid Prime 3, because I can't stand using the C-stick as dual analog on the GameCube.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's what made me stop playing the first Metroid Prime. But I just realized, because I was looking at my shelf, looking through my games and stuff, looking for Super NES recommendations, and then I was looking through other things just because, and I kind of remembered that I had a lot of games that I didn't remember I had. And one of them was Metroid Prime 3.
Nice. On the Wii?
Yeah. Well,
the Wii.
It came out on the Wii, so like, I think I could get into pointing at the screen to aim the cannon instead of using a C-stick.
I honestly don't know how I managed to do that when I was like 13, because I can't remember what game it was, but I played something on the GameCube a while back, and it was the same thing. The C-stick was your secondary analog stick, and I couldn't do it. I think I played whatever it was. I literally cannot remember, but whatever it was, I literally played it for 15 minutes, and I was like, "Fuck this."
I know.
I'm going back to something else.
There's a 007 game. I think it's called Agent Under Fire. It has fire in the name, but it's on GameCube, and it's the same thing. C-stick is to aim, and it is the worst fucking thing. Yeah,
it definitely wasn't a It definitely wasn't an Agent the 007 game or anything. I don't know what it was. It's unimportant.
Yeah.
But,
Goddamn Metroid. Okay, tell us about the boss and try not shit your pants while you do it.
Okay, so the problem with this boss is there's 5 total platforms. There's one in the middle, and then it's like there's like a secondary circle on the outside that's cut into quarters. You know what I mean? So you have like kind of like you have like a quarter moon shape, and there are 4 of those in a bigger circle surrounding the main circle platform.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So you start the fight, and this thing is in like this larva state, and those 4 outside platforms aren't there yet. So you start on just this big circular platform. This thing's literally just like jumping in and out of the water. When it jumps out, you have to hit it with your grapple beam, pull it in, and then you have to like shoot it in the face a few times, then it'll fuck off, and you just rinse and repeat. That part isn't hard. The second part is it like turns into like this, I think like a cocoon state or something, and you just have to like swing around and like blast it apart with like super missiles or something and power bombs. The third part, though, it turns into this big, like, Mothra fucking thing. The center platform sinks, and those 4 outer platforms come out of the water or the swamp or whatever. And, by the way, the water's poisonous, so you can't go in it. And the platforms are too far away for you to be able to jump, because you don't have the goddamn screw attack at that point. So you have to jump, grapple across. And so this guy's like hovering in the center of the map, and he's like floating around. Like he doesn't just chill in the center of the map and be a bastard. He flies around, chills in the middle, flies around. So you have to constantly be grappling all over the goddamn place just to get a clear shot at his wings. Once you shoot off one of his wings, you can shoot him in the face or the butt or wherever his weak point is. He'll fucking dip out, you come back, you swing around for fucking 5 minutes again, shoot off another wing, rinse and repeat until all 4 wings are gone, and then you can kill him. I never got 1 wing out.
Damn.
And okay, like I don't want to brag, but by no means was I fucking ass at this game, okay? Like I wasn't like fucking awesome, like I wasn't some god mode master, but it's like I didn't die easy. Like, I didn't walk into a new room and I'm like, nothing can kill me, you know, like, I was okay. Like, I didn't have any issue with any of the other bosses prior to that, and then I get to this fucker, and I get fucking steamrolled. Like, 8 times in a row, and I never get past, and I get past his first form, no problem, barely any damage. I get past his second form, no problem, barely any damage. And then I can't even get, like, one small stage of the last form of this boss down. Like, are you fecked?
You know,
Anyways.
There's probably one single person listening who's like, oh, that boss was fucking easy, this guy's a scrub.
Yeah, probably, but I don't really care, because fuck you, you're a liar. I don't care.
God,
I have no fucks to give. I don't care who you are. You did not beat that boss on your first try. Go to hell.
Brutal.
But anyways, I digress. My childhood nightmares will not run my life. But
They're running it.
To sum up, the Metroid Prime games are fun. They are very fun. They are very well flushed out. I actually, as much as the map system drives me insane, it is honestly kind of really awesome that there's that much detail. Like, once you get used to it, it's highly appreciated. It's just the getting used to it part that fucks you over. The controls were super tight, at least in Metroid Prime 2. I never played the first one, I never played 3, but Metroid Prime 2 Echoes was I just realized Metroid Prime 2 Echoes, and I just beat Fire Emblem Echoes. Lol. Puns. Anyways. But it's a really, really good game. They're all really good games. Any fan of them will tell you that time and time again. Are they easy? No. Will they drive you up a wall? Yes. Are you going to want to break your fucking TV after playing it long enough? Most likely. But they're not a bad experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you can't dig the 3D, just go play the 2D ones, because they're better.
Yeah, go play.
Shots fired.
Go play Super Metroid. Or even, like, we'll touch on this quick. They announced that they are remaking Metroid 2 for the 3DS. So if you need your 2D Metroid fix, get that when it comes out.
So I'm actually excited for that one, because I have the Game Boy game.
Me too.
And that was something else I was going to bring up, is during the Treehouse, they actually kept unveiling kind of things. That was one of them. And the other one is that
Oh,
they're
right.
remaking Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga, which is like one of my most favorite games ever. It's definitely my favorite on the Game Boy, like the Game Boy Advance. But like,
I was gonna say one of you 100%ed that bitch.
yeah, and I know the completionist 100%ed it, and that's cool and all. But when I 100%ed it, I went full in to the point where I like got the maximum amount of every item. I maxed out my coins, I maxed out my stats and levels and everything. I didn't just beat the entirety of the game and collect all the beans.
Yeah, I was kind of disappointed to him for that. I was like, really beat the game and get the beans and hit max level? That's weak, dude.
I don't know if you've noticed, but the last like 4 weeks, he's been doing really easy to complete games. Like the last one, like the week before this week, he did Parappa the Rappa. So I imagine he's doing something that either takes a really long time or he got so destroyed by like fucking, I don't know, Breath of the Wild or something that he just kind of needed a break.
Here, let me check something real quick. I know you've never played Fire Emblem games, but I'll tell you right now, like him doing the Fire Emblem game, that respect. Because those support conversations are not easy. There are a couple that are honestly so unforgiving, it's not even funny.
When did that one come out?
That one was 6 weeks ago now.
Oh, okay.
No, 4 weeks ago. 4 weeks ago, sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, I only really had one other thing, and then you can talk about Pokemon, and that's the,
Okay.
of the actual games they announced for the Switch and whatnot, the one that actually got me the most excited, more excited than Yoshi, than Metroid, than Mario, than frickin' Pokemon, was Kirby. And I know that's really weird, because it's just fucking Kirby, but I thoroughly enjoy the, like, Dreamland type games, and, like, whatever brings it back to that original NES classic, and even like Kirby Superstar. Like, those games were fucking excellent. And this new one, it has 4-player multiplayer, and what I like about it is that it's not Kirby and a bunch of fucking Waddle Dees or something. You actually have powers. You can actually fend for yourself before you have to move on. And then Kirby can also suck you up and use you for more power. So you're actually supportive to the people you're playing with.
My number one fucking issue with games like this, though, is that, well, actually, I'm watching the trailer real quick, but, like, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's like, if you and me are playing 2-player and I'm playing Kirby, do you also get to play Kirby, or do you have to play some generic-ass enemy?
I'm pretty sure I have to play one of the other enemies.
See, to
allies,
me,
I guess.
To me, that's fucking bogus, because it's like whoever's playing Kirby gets a massive advantage. Because if I play Kirby and Jukebox is playing like a bomb guy or whatever, awesome, he gets bombs, but I can literally do whatever the fuck I want whenever I want and still suck him up for more powers. But he can't suck me up. He can't suck a different enemy up. In my opinion, it's just not fair. It was the same thing when the first Dreamland game came out for Wii U. It was like, cool, if you're playing Kirby, awesome, but if you're playing DDD, Waddle Dee, or Meta Knight, you're stuck.
Yeah. Well, I think that game was on the Wii, Return to Dreamland.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah, but that's what I was saying, though, is looking at the enemies they have now, I enjoy them more than DDD, Waddle Dee, Meta Knight, because they actually have some power to them. I don't have to rely on Kirby to actually move the fuck on.
Yeah, no, I agree. That is better. I wish that they just weren't.
Just give me a different colored Kirby for player 2.
Exactly. Just let me be like fucking blue Kirby or something, and just let it be. Just cooperate.
Well, that's the thing, though, because Kirby games have always inherently been like 1-player games, all the way up through like the N64 and then the Game Boy games until they had the Amazing Mirror, where you could play as multiple Kirbys, but like.
Yeah.
The ones they have now, if you're playing in a single-player experience, it's kind of like Mario Galaxy 2, where second player just kind of sat there and shot star bits.
Yeah.
It's like that, but what I like is that it's more interactive, and at this point, they actually have a bit more give.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I just really like Kirby.
I do too. I fucking love Kirby. It's just one of those things.
Yeah.
It's just, I'm like, just give us a Kirby game. That's great. But let everybody play as Kirby so everybody can have whatever fucking power they want whenever they want. It's just more fun that way.
Yeah. See, it still doesn't bug me that much. Like, I know why you're irked and stuff, but like, if I ever got a Kirby game, I would pretty much never, ever, ever play it multiplayer. It's just the fact that this one has multiplayer and the allies aren't just like lumps of coal. Yeah,
of course. Like, I think playing that,
like, if they made like a multiplayer-centric Kirby, and the focus was like, hey, you can play with all of your friends, and they didn't make it all Kirby's, then I'd be a bit more angry.
Agreed. And okay, I'm just gonna preface real quick. I'm not a salty piece of garbage. I love it's like we say in probably every episode. We probably sound like a broken record. We're angry because we care.
We care.
We bitch because we care. I love Kirby. Kirby's one of my favorite Nintendo characters of all time. I used him in Smash Bros, the original Smash, all of Melee, and it wasn't until Brawl where I started moving on to other characters. Like, Kirby was everything.
Yes.
Kirby was one of my first ever NES games. Kirby was one of my first ever SNES games. Not
you got it on the fucking NES?
Yeah, I had Dreamland for a while.
But I don't. Lucky son of a bitch.
It's like everything else. I don't know where the fuck it went. Fucking cash money up and fucking gone.
Lucky motherfucker.
And then I had Kirby Avalanche, which was like the fucking.
Oh, I have that.
Yeah, Pokemon. It's fucking Yoshi Attack or Tetris Attack or whatever,
but
Kirby. But Kirby.
Yeah, I also have Dream Course.
Yeah, so I had that. I had, I love Kirby. I do. And I guarantee that, again, if and when I get a Switch, I'll probably get this. And will Jukebox and I probably play it co-op for a bit? Probably. That's just my only issue, is it's like, yes, as a single player game, it's probably going to be a ton of fun. And I have no doubt for that. It looks absolutely beautiful. I think it's awesome the fact that you can like recruit the other enemies to be on your team and stuff. And then you can like, if Kirby's got a water power, you can suck up your bomb guy, and then you have like a water bomb kind of thing. That's cool.
Hold on, that super excites me, because that's like the Crystal Shard stuff where you get.
That's what I was about to say. Actually, pause game. I'm gonna rewind this trailer and I'm gonna skip ahead of that part. I'm just gonna make sure I saw that part right, so I don't sound like a fucking idiot.
Okay, I'm gonna tell a really quick story, because
go for it.
I found Crystal Shards on N64 for like $7, which is a steal of a deal these days, and I was crazy excited because I'd literally never found this game before. So like I snapped it up like right away, and as soon as I got home, I was calling Kelryx on the phone. I was like, yo dude, this is that game that you always told me to get if I ever found it, because you love it so much and you remember playing it at the McDonald's and you wanted to play it more because it's the one where you suck up enemies and become their powers, and if you suck up more enemies you can mix powers and stuff. And then as soon as I called you and you were like, oh whatever dude.
I was a savage teenager. I was angsty as fuck.
See, I can't tell if you literally forgot that you told me those things, or if you forgot that you played them at McDonald's, or if you never played them at McDonald's and just told me you did. I don't know.
No, I definitely played them at McDonald's. I don't know what the fuck I was on that day.
You're probably just tired or some shit, because you're like, yeah dude, I never played this fucking whatever. So we only played it for like 10 minutes. Fucking brutal, dude.
My feels are so hurt. I fucking love that game. What the hell?
Yeah, I don't fucking know, dude.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's okay.
But
we'll play it another day.
Yeah, definitely. No, I love Kirby. I do. I promise. It's the same as it's the same as Metroid Prime 2. It's like, I love Metroid Prime 2. I really did. I had so much fun playing that when I was a kid. It's just, my god, does it drive you fucking insane.
No kidding.
Okay.
So you watched the trailer?
Yes, I watched the trailer, and yes, you can like fuse abilities. So it's like Kirby's holding a water bomb at one point. There's a part in the trailer where they're fighting Wispy Woods, and I think Kirby has like a hammer power mixed with a water power. And then there's another part right at the end there where he's got a fire sword. Like, it's not like the Crystal Shards where you have like a giant flaming fucking claymore.
Yeah.
But it's like he has the sword power. Like, he has a sword power in his little like Link outfit and the hat and everything, and his sword's on fire.
Yeah.
So you can mix abilities to a quote-unquote degree. I'm going to assume that probably... I want to say that probably certain enemies have certain elemental weaknesses.
Probably.
So it'll be like, you know, you're going to be like, oh my god, like you go in and you get your ass kicked and you're like, okay, fuck, I need a fire guy, I need an electric guy, and I need a fucking bomb guy or whatever, right? And you're going to have to be like, like bouncing around. You're probably, later boss fights, I would assume enemies will probably change elements and shit, and you'll have to be like, oh fuck, switch up, you know, like whatever, like fire sword ain't working, I need my water bombs, like, so.
Elemental madness. I'll
Exactly.
be right back, dude. Give me a second.
Okay.
Alright, I'm back.
Alrighty.
Tell me the thing about the Pokemons, then we'll move on to Sony.
It's not Pokemon Stars.
Oh, good.
It isn't. I swear. If it is, fuck me. I'll go on record and apologize and say, shit, fuck me, I was wrong. But I'll tell you right now, it is not going to be Pokemon Stars. It is not going to be Gen 8. They're going to be fucking assholes like they always are, and they're going to give us some fucking goddamn Poke Park 3 or something.
Perhaps.
I'm super excited, but I have no confidence. They're going to be fucking assholes about it.
So, okay, I have one hope that it might be like Pokemon Stadium /XD Revolution.
I would shit my pants if we got a new Pokemon XD game. Those games are fucking awesome.
Yeah. But, okay, so it may not be Stars, you know, in name. But
it very well could be, though.
I don't think they'll do Stars just for the fact that they're doing Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. It'll be
Damn it, I
like
keep
Black,
forgetting
White,
about those.
Black 2 and White 2, where they didn't do Gray. But I wouldn't be totally surprised if it was like Gen 8, because they did say core RPG. However, at the same time, I feel like that could also be Mystery Dungeon. I don't know how loosely they use the term core.
Because here's my issue. Pokemon has always been a dual series. There are always 2 games every generation. That's just how it works. So, my only issue is, if they make it for the Switch, it's going to sell for full price.
Right.
So, they have to do one of a couple of things. If they want to do Gen 8, they have to make it they'd have to make it, for one, that it would have to be a lot bigger. Like, honestly, if you think about it, a normal Pokemon game, size-wise, isn't feasible for a console. Because it's just not using up enough space.
Well, it's feasible. It's just you'd want more out of a console game.
Exactly. If you give, this is a stupid want, and I know it'll never happen, but if they somehow gave us a Pokemon game where we could go between multiple regions, like a la Gold and Silver and Crystal, how we could go between
Johto, Kanto.
No, I was gonna say Janto and Kota.
Smooth.
Yes. You can tell I love Pokemon. Anyway, if we did something like that, but because the main thing is, Gold and Silver feel a lot bigger because there's 16 badges, but when you look at it from more of an analytical point of view, the game actually is only about 1.3, 1.4 times bigger than a standard Pokemon game.
Right.
Because it's like you get your first 8 badges, beat the Elite Four, and then at least for me, literally, I was 1 hour into Kanto and I had 3 badges. It goes fast.
Yeah.
And then it's like you get your Kanto badges and off to fuck up Red. That's it. There's no separate Elite Four or anything. So I definitely think if they wanted to do Gen 8, it would have to be a singular game, which also lends to the possibility that maybe they'll just do Pokemon quote unquote Stars, which I don't think it'll happen. I have no hope in hell that it'll actually happen. If they do, I'm not going to be mad. I'd be fucking ecstatic because I want the Alola region to be a lot better than it actually is, but I'm not holding my breath because
we still have Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon for hope, just not very much.
That's true. Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon I think will be good if they do gyms.
Yeah.
Honestly, bring gyms back, boom, your game is instantly 10 times better. that's fact.
Yeah.
But I think if they did Pokemon Stars, and it was 8 gyms in the Alola region, and then off to Kanto or something,
like your
or
original theory,
like everybody's original theory. Because for anybody who doesn't know, because we never talked about this in the podcast, because Pokemon Sun and Moon. Exactly, and also Pokemon Sun and Moon came out long before we started doing Infinity Games podcast. So, Sun and Moon released live action trailers to hype up the game. The first one was a kid flying from Japan to Hawaii. He's alienated, etc., etc. He doesn't feel like he belongs. He's having a hard time. He gets Pokemon, and then at the park, he immediately makes friends because everybody's playing Pokemon. Awesome. Friendship. The second trailer is them playing the game together, him and all of his new friends, and it's they have a blast and they strategize and all this other stuff, and they're just having fun, right? And then the third trailer is they're really hardcore into the game, and they get into an argument with some older kids, and they're like, oh, we'll Pokemon battle for it, and it's honestly really dumb. but it's again, it's Pokemon, it's cute, right? So they get their asses kicked, and then it's they're doing strategy meetings, they're writing notes in a notebook, and they're collabing during school and stuff like this, and they go back and then they win the rematch or whatever, respect, handshakes, all this bullshit, and then the kid has to go back to Japan for whatever reason. It's never explained. So he flies back to Japan. So the thing is, that all mirrors what happens in Sun and Moon. Your character in Sun and Moon is from Kanto. You moved to the Alola region. That's the whole plot. And then throughout the game, you're getting more comfortable. You're taking the island trials, blah, blah, blah. So everybody was like, holy shit, we're going to get to go back to Kanto at the end of the game. And then they were like, lol, fuck you, no.
Yeah.
So I think if they did Stars, cool. Just give us 8 gyms in Alola, take us to Kanto, give us an entire storyline in Kanto. Yeah. Don't let it be hey, you beat the Elite Four, go get fucking 8 gym badges in 2 hours and go and do a rematch. No, give me a full-blown new story. You fly to Kanto and it's you thought Team Skull was an issue or the Aether Foundation was an issue? Nah, bitch, Team Rocket. Time for trouble.
Yeah, but these guys don't apologize.
No. So yeah, I don't think it's Pokemon Stars. I don't think it'll be Gen 8, just for the simple fact that if they wanted to do Gen 8, doing 2 separate versions on the Switch, to me, is a little... What's the word for it? Irrational?
Why?
Because... I don't know. It's just in my head, from a business standpoint, you don't make a game, put it on a fucking home console, and sell it for $50.
Well,
right?
I would expect it to be full price, which in Canadian for a AAA game right now is $80. If it was... Okay, I'll just use round. So if it was Pokemon Pink and Pokemon Purple, I would expect each of those to be $80.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that would suck for people like us who want to have both games and stuff, but the way they originally intended this to be with trading and whatnot is you get one, your friend gets the other, and then you trade back and forth. They never intend for you to actually buy both of them.
And I mean, you could also argue that the Switch is enough of a portable system that they could still technically design the Pokemon games as if they were designing for handhelds and still sell for a cheaper price, as if they were selling a 3DS game. You could maybe get away with thinking about it like that.
Because if you think of 1-2 Switch, that wasn't full AAA price either.
That's true.
So they've already shown that they're willing to do that in some cases.
Mm-hmm.
However, the name Pokemon pretty much demands full price as is.
Exactly. I definitely think we're probably going to see, like you said, we're probably going to see a mystery dungeon, or like I said, maybe a new Poke Park game, or even a new Pokemon Ranger or something. As much as I want it to be either Gen 8, because the thing is, it's too soon for Gen 8.
Well, okay, you also have to think that they
opinion.
said this is in development and it's at least a year out.
True.
So...
But I mean...
When did XY come out?
I'm figuring that out right now.
Is it 13?
Believe so.
Okay, so that was like 4 years.
Hang on. List of games by release date. Scroll. Okay, so... Damn, it has everything. Pokemon Duel is on here. Don't care. Alright. Ruby and Sapphire was November 22nd, 2014. So that was 2 years before Sun and Moon.
And that was about 2 years after XY.
1 year after X and Y. So, but again,
okay.
There's a difference between remake and brand new.
I mean, Oras is remake, but it was still like a mainline title.
Fair.
Because, I mean, the amount of work that had to go into that was pretty much the same as a mainline game. Maybe not because they didn't have to, like, create the dialogue in the story, because that takes a bit of time, but, like, the actual development cycle wasn't much different.
So if I go
So what's the difference
back,
between black and white and X and Y?
3 years.
And black and white and diamond and pearl?
Where is it? 4 years.
Okay, so we're at half a year. It's at least a year out, so that's a year and a half. I mean,
yeah.
If they announce it in a year from now, for like 6 more months, 2 years, I don't know.
Maybe. It's possible. I just don't see it happening. I see them stiffing everybody and giving us something random.
See, it's just the wording that gets me. Core RPG main. Actually, I don't remember if he said main. I know he said core and RPG. So RPG kind of rules out PokePark unless they completely redesign it.
True. I was just saying PokePark as like a real way to like say fuck you guys.
Yeah.
I hope to God there's never another PokePark game.
Okay, so I'm going to drop my prediction right now, then we're going to move on to Sony. And in a year from now, we'll talk about it on the podcast. I'll bring up this clip. I predict either Mystery Dungeon or Gen 8. That's it.
There's one more thing I want to quickly touch on. I'm not going to rant. I'm just going to say that I'm actually stupid excited for it.
What's that?
Is Mario and Rabbids.
Oh, yeah. I completely fucking forgot. Dude.
That
the fact
shit
that it's
looks
tactical,
awesome.
Yeah, that's like...
It looks so fun.
Baby's first tactical RPG is what I call it.
Yeah, there you go.
No, seriously, it's fucking... They did it right.
Yeah, it looks like a ton of fun. I like... I don't know if you watched the Completionist did Top 10 E3, and in my opinion, he fucked his list up real hard because literally like 4 of the things he put, I don't know, like 4 of the games he put on it, I was like, dude, really? Like, I think you're stretching. I think you're kind of hoping for like a sponsorship or something because those should not be on your list, but no judgment. But yeah, no, Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle looks fucking fun as hell.
Yeah.
And if I can get a Switch in time, I'll definitely buy that on release day. If I have the money and the means. Like if I can do it without like breaking my bank and fucking myself over, like I'd definitely buy that on release day.
Yeah, see, it really surprised me because I knew nothing of the rumors. All I knew was Rabbids plus Mario. So I was assuming it was going to be like a party game.
Yeah, same.
So this kind of blew me out of left field, and I don't want to say it's like beneficial to both parties or both series, but it definitely doesn't hurt them the way like Mario typing would.
Yeah, because all I saw of it at first was Ego Raptor tweeted a picture of it on Twitter, and I personally hate the Rabbids. I think they're one of the stupidest creations there are.
I like them.
I don't fucking care for them. I think they're dumb. Anyways, but that game, it looks like a ton of fucking fun. Yeah. It really does. I love strategy games. Like, I love Fire Emblem so much, and it reminds me a lot of Fire Emblem.
See, I had a small theory because I'm calling it Baby's first tactical RPG. with Nintendo focusing so hard on Fire Emblem, I'm hoping that means that they will continue to bring them out in the West and at a increased pace. So if they can get a kid on the Switch to play Rabbids, which I think that comes out this year, so that would be near the beginning of its life cycle, and then near the end of the Switch's life cycle, once this kid's matured a little bit, they release a Fire Emblem game. The kid will already kind of know what the hell a tactical RPG is.
So I have two things. Blah, blah, blah. Rabbids comes out in August.
Okay. So pretty
literally
soon.
comes out in 2 months, which I think is fucking cool, which is also strange to me because you'd think you would have dropped it earlier than E3 if it comes out that soon. But also, if he dropped it outside of E3, I feel like it wouldn't have gotten the hype it deserves.
You know what? They've been doing really short notice on release dates, Nintendo. Like, it was 3 months between the Switch reveal and it being launched.
That's also true.
Yeah.
Assholes. But also, there is already a Fire Emblem game in development for the Switch.
Right.
It's due out in 2018.
Okay.
It's not supposed to be like a piece of garbage like Fire Emblem Warriors kind of thing. I'm still salty about that.
I forgot something.
Oh god.
Xenoblade 2.
Oh yeah, that.
Because you predicted they'd have more of that, and they did.
I predicted a lot of things that came true.
Actually, I think that was one of my wants.
It was.
It looks pretty.
It does. I gotta get my Wii U back from Motorcycle Guy.
Yeah, you gotta do
that.
Because
I lent it to him so he could play Breath of the Wild. So
has he played it?
Oh yeah, he played it and beat it, but his older brother was gonna play it too, and he's either still working on it or just hasn't gotten to it. So I think I'm gonna message him and see if he won't.
You can wait.
Can't bring it over. Well, yeah, that's just it. They've literally had it for like months now.
Yeah.
They've literally had it since. Yeah, they literally had it for probably almost 2 full months now. So I mean,
yeah.
If they haven't beaten it now, like tough shit.
I want to play games. Damn it! Need the Xenoblades.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's just it, because I was actually having fun with Xenoblade Chronicles, and I was like, I gotta spread the love for Breath of the Wild, I gotta enable the less fortunate, you know what I mean? So...
Okay, so
but yeah.
You said you had two things. One of them is they are developing Fire Emblem.
And the other was that Rabbids is coming out in August, because you said you weren't sure when it was coming out.
Okay, I have literally one last fucking thing.
Okay, and then Sony.
Yeah, the release date for Mario Odyssey is really weird to me. October 27th. October 27th.
Why is that weird?
Well, because they were saying 2017 holiday and stuff. I feel like if it came out closer to Christmas.
I mean, Halloween is a holiday.
Oh, God.
I'm joking. Don't kill me.
It's just, I don't know, it's weird. I don't know. I might have to do some analytics and stuff, like do some research to see what they might be targeting by releasing it then instead of the Christmas season. Because the majority of the time with big developers is they will release their big titles and their giant games either during the summer when all the kids are out or on Christmas when they're fucking getting them from their parents.
No, I agree. It's strange because like they literally said coming 2017 holidays, and that's just it. That's Christmas.
Yeah.
So why is it suddenly bumped forward like 2 whole months? Like, I agree. That's weird. Yeah. I'm not mad about it. See. It's just weird.
I mean, I don't necessarily have a problem with it either. I'd like to encourage more video game companies to do that rather than dropping all of their shit at Christmas.
Oh, it's the worst because then it's like
mom and
dad are like, what do you want? And it's like 9 different games because they all come out at the same fucking time.
Yeah. I don't know. Nintendo's been doing really well with kind of their release schedule. Like, if you think back to the NES days, it was like each company could do 5 games a year. I mean, they don't necessarily have that anymore, but their release schedule is like, we're showing you everything you're going to get on the Switch. You're getting like 1 or 2 a month. Here it is laid out.
Yeah. Okay, so
You know, it's funny because I said I'd be fine with doing a short one, like 30 to 40 minutes. We're at like 50 and we're just starting the second part.
I mean, so Sony's more my bag though, because it's like you and me can both rant about Nintendo, but it's like I know you don't really have any fucks to give about the Sony stuff.
Yeah.
Like I know it's because you're excited to see the stuff.
Yeah.
Like I know you still get excited for like God of War and stuff like that, but it's like
I'm never gonna fucking play them.
I don't know. Exactly. Like you'll probably come over, hang out. Like when I get God of War 4 eventually, it's like I know you're probably gonna come hang out, chill, whatever.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, you're not about to be like, oh my god, the Sony E3 was so great. I need a PS4 like right meow.
Yeah.
Like, no. So
you know, I'm honestly kind of sad that I didn't watch the presentation because I saw like a little GIF set on Tumblr, which was just the title of each thing that they kind of announced or talked about, and I was like, oh, there was a lot of good stuff in there.
Yeah. So, I'm trying to just think of like, because it's like I'm gonna rant, quote unquote,
Yeah.
but I'm not gonna like, you know,
fuck me up, hit me.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna start with a thing that like I had the most fucks to give about. Like I literally saw it and I was like, nothing else at E3 matters anymore. Was we got a new Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer.
Yes.
And I pooped myself.
Yeah, I saw it and I figured you would.
I'd be lying if I said I didn't almost cry. But I need that game. Like it's not a fucking joke. I said to my girlfriend this morning, I was like, when that comes out, assuming I have a job, and my god, I hope I do at that point, I'm literally booking time off work. I've said this for the last 4 years. I'm literally booking a week off work. And now that I'm streaming and stuff, I am streaming that game front to back and I'm not stopping. If that game
48 hours in, you'll be calling me like, dude, girlfriend's sleeping, bring me more diapers.
Pretty much. I mean, I'll stop for like, you know, to shit.
Oh, I'm only kidding.
Right? Of course, it's like you have to stop, but I'm like, yeah, it's just that. It's like I'm gonna regret it time come because it's probably gonna be like a fucking 40-hour game with my luck. But like, no, like I'm serious. Like I'm not stopping that game for anything short of like me literally passing out while playing it. I will stream that game front to back in one shot. I'm pretty adamant about that.
That's KelryxsKing on Twitch.
Hey, KelryxsKing935 actually. But anyways. So
did they actually talk about the game or did they just show a trailer?
It was just a trailer. It happened because the Kingdom Hearts orchestra thing was going around. It's not, in my defense and in our topic's defense, the Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer is not technically E3 news. Yes. Like it was not talked about at E3. But the fact that the trailer literally dropped like 2 days before E3 makes it relevant enough for me to not give a shit. Because I said we'd see, I predicted and I said I wanted Kingdom Hearts 3 news. And I also predicted that if we got Kingdom Hearts 3, we weren't going to see anything from Final Fantasy 7 Remake. And look what fucking happened. So, boom, I'm on a roll.
I saw that too. I was like, my fucking god, how could they not?
I'm a god. Anyways. So I got a Kingdom Hearts trailer and I almost cried because I've been waiting for that game for like damn near, when did Kingdom Hearts 2 come out? I want to say 10 years, but that seems really excessive. No, it's not. Kingdom Hearts 2 came out like 12 years ago. What am I talking about?
Yeah. It had to be before 07 because it didn't come out when the PS3 was already out. I'm guessing 2005. Oh, shit.
Hey, jukebox with the fucking psychicness. But yeah, I've been waiting 12 goddamn years for this game, and I'm probably going to be waiting another fucking full year. I'm probably not getting this shit until 2018. Yeah. But I don't care.
The pain.
I will book time off work. I will buy a bunch of energy drinks. I will wear adult diapers. No, I won't. But I'm playing that game front to back in one shot, and no one's stopping me. I get a phone call and it's like your mother's in the hospital, she can wait. I'm kidding. No, there will be exceptions made on account of family tragedy. But so, anyways, I lost my mind when I saw that.
Bricks were shat.
I
knew you'd be excited about it.
The other thing that, again, I predicted I wanted and I got was more God of War shit.
Yes.
It looks so good. It looks open world to me. It does. Like it's probably not going to be. I think it would be super awesome if it was. It's probably not going to be though.
Doesn't he have a beard now?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
It's not God of War anymore, dude. It's Dad of War. Don't you know?
That's about all I kind of got from that. He's old or something.
But yeah, well, yeah, he's getting up there. So, couple things I want to point out about the trailer is it looks like I said, it looks open world because there are a lot of parts that remind me kind of the gameplay style of like Horizon Zero Dawn. Like there are parts where like he's like scaling cliffs and stuff, and I mean that's nothing new in God of War. It's just it looks more free range than previous God of War games. It looks more like the kind of scaling you do in a more open world game, similar to like Infamous or Horizon Zero Dawn or something like that. It didn't seem to be like this is the direction you have to go in with minor branching paths for, you know, like a couple of items here or there, you know? Yeah. It looked very much more like go around, do what you want, do things in the order you want to do them. Because there are parts where, like, Kratos is, like, talking to, like, NPCs and stuff, and that doesn't really happen in God of War games. So, I'm thinking they kind of took the fact that he's a father now, / again, and damn, that's awkward. Hey, he's a dad, yet he's still wearing the burnt ashes of his ex-wife and his sadly dead daughter.
Yeah, that's a little fucked up.
Fuck. Could you imagine his kid, Dad, why are you so white? And mother hits him over the head. You can't just ask people why they're white.
The pre-rendered cutscene stuff looks really pretty.
It looks awesome. But yeah, I'm super excited about God of War. One thing that I think is very strange, I don't think that kid is actually Kratos's. I definitely think the kid is adopted.
Yeah. Because
there's a part where, or the kid maybe has a special power or talent or whatever, but there's a part where they summon Jormungand, who's the world serpent. At least I'm pretty sure it's Jormungand. If it's anything else, I'd be a little bit surprised. My Norse mythology isn't as refined as my Greek mythology. But they summon Jormungand, the world serpent, out of the water. He speaks. Kratos can't understand him, but his kid can. The kid's like, he says he wants to help you. He stole a kid. Kidnapper of war. Pedophile of war. Your pick. Okay. But
please no.
So I don't know, I'm torn. Either he is Kratos' blood and it's just kind of like a special talent he has as, like, you know, how he's 1/4 god, or hell, you never know, maybe Kratos fucked a Norse goddess or something. Maybe he got it on with like Sif or Freya or something. Like, I don't know. Dude's a playa. But you know, maybe his kid's got a little bit of god blood in him. If he is Kratos' blood, he's definitely got at least a little bit. If Kratos met up with another demigod or a goddess or whatever, kid's gonna have a lot of god blood in him. Like, you don't know. So he's either Kratos' blood and he has a special gift that allows him to communicate with Norse deities and stuff, or he's an adopted son who grew up in the lands and therefore knows the language. It's one of the two. But anyways, I digress about God of War. I'm super excited for it. I can't wait to play it in what I assume is probably going to be January, because the original release date was November of 2017, and it was moved on account of the voice actor for Kratos had some family issues or something come up, I think, so they had to delay the production of the game. so they moved it to it's now saying early 2018. So I'm thinking probably January or February at the latest.
You know, that was a really big theme with everything that was shown at E3. It's all coming out in 2018.
Yep. Yeah, right.
You know, I
mean,
expected that because this is an in-between. With the exception of Nintendo, everyone else is in the middle of their console generations. They have no reason to create hype for the current year.
Oh, agreed. And that's just it. It's like if E3 happened in January, then if everything was getting announced for 2018, I'd be like, guys, really? Come on. But yeah, no. So I definitely was very much expecting a lot of 2018 releases, which is fine with me. It gives me time to save up money. I mean, I'm gonna have to mortgage a house to pay for all this shit. So, but so a couple of other games.
Hold on.
I will
Can I say the one that really excited me that I didn't know was going to be a thing?
Yes.
Ni no Kuni 2.
That.
Yeah, that.
I forgot about that. I'm also super excited for that. Because one thing that bothered, I won't go into it too hard because I never beat Ni no Kuni, but I have the guidebook, so I've like read through like kind of how the game goes. But literally where Ni no Kuni falls short for me is, to me, there's not a wide enough variety of spells. It's like you start out with a fire spell, then you get an ice spell, then that's pretty much all you got for a while, to my understanding. Then you get a couple more strong spells, but they use up so much mana that they're just not worth it overall. And then you get like to the last quarter of the game, you get a spell called Morn Star, and I shit you not, the last like 4 bosses in the game, in the strategy guide, it literally says cast Moonstar a couple of times. It's like cast Moonstar, cast Moonstar a few times, it'll move into the next stage, dodge, avoid, heal, cast Mornstar another couple of times, and that's the fight. And I'm like, are you serious?
Lame.
I'm like, that is a cop-out and a half if I've ever seen one. Here's OP magic, use it to beat the game. Not usually how it works, but okay. Whereas Ni no Kuni 2, it shows the main character, they use a sword, so the combat system is more involved, right? It's not literally stand back, fire spells, hope you win. It's like you got to get in there. So I'm super excited for Ni no Kuni 2. I'm honestly very disappointed with myself that I didn't play the entirety of Ni no Kuni.
I still haven't played it, but I do own it.
I mean, you know what? No, never. I was going to say, you know what? Maybe I'll stream it. And then, no, because I don't have an Elgato, so I can't exactly do PlayStation 3 games. Anyways, but, so, I'm excited for the second one. One game that I want to touch on real quick is Uncharted: The Lost Legacy, because the Uncharted games are a shit ton of fun. I loved the ever-living Christ out of Uncharted 4. So, I think The Lost Legacy will be kind of cool. I'm excited to see more about it. But there's just not enough to like really go off of hardcore right now.
Yeah.
So
just kind of
at the end of the day,
look at this thing.
Yeah, and I'm like, damn, that's cool. I'm excited to see more about that, and that's pretty much where it leaves off.
That's where I'm at for a lot of things that happened at E3.
Yeah, no kidding. The one game that just blew my pants off is honestly Spider-Man.
You know, that's really hilarious because the general sentiment was like, Sony's hyping us up. They're hyping us up. Brand new game. New IP for us. Sony exclusive. And everyone in their heads is going, Last of Us 2, Last of Us 2, Last of Us 2. Spider-Man. Yep. And then everyone collectively groaned.
Yeah, no,
but honestly, it looks good.
It looks so good. I'm super excited for it. And to anybody who hasn't seen the Spider-Man 2, the new Spider-Man for PS4 gameplay trailer, I'm going to say something that could or could not be interpreted as a spoiler. If you don't want to hear it, skip ahead about 30 seconds if you're still listening. Did you skip? I hope so. At the end of the trailer, when Spider-Man's done his thing, there are 2 kids watching in the crowd. One of them walks away while the other's filming with his camera and says, "Miles, let's go." The kid turns around and he's a darker skinned kid, like of African American descent, and he smiles and runs away to follow his friend. That's Miles Morales. That's Ultimate Spider-Man. That's fucking awesome, and I hope you get to play him in the game. Spoilers over. I hope it didn't fuck you over. Anyways, That game
No, that's
looks
exciting.
sick. It looks so good. And I'm really, really excited for it. I will buy and play the hell out of that. Because it reminds me of, do you remember way back in the day when I first got my PS2 and I rented, or no, it might have been my game on GameCube actually. Either way, I rented Spider-Man 2 and you and me literally just swung around the city for like hours.
See, I don't remember that, but I do remember renting a Spider-Man game on the N64 and just swinging around for hours. Because I had Spider-Man 2 on the Game Boy Advance, and same thing, swing around for hours. It's just fun.
They definitely took for the Spider-Man game, they definitely took some information or inspiration, I mean, from the Batman Arkham games.
Yeah.
Because in the older Spider-Man games, when you were swinging through the city, it was a very mechanical kind of thing. It was like, swing. It was monotonous. It was still a ton of fun, especially when you're a simple-minded fucking 8-year-old like I was, but not actually that young. But so in the Spider-Man game for PS4, it's way more intuitive. Like you can shoot a web directly ahead of you and pull yourself to get a speed boost. You have like pointers to where your webs will shoot. You can swing into buildings and Spider-Man will stick to them and sprint along the side of the building, so you never have to worry about like crashing into things. Like you have full range of movement, and I just think that's so unbelievably awesome. Also, the fighting seems super fluid. He seems very much like Spider-Man, because in the Spider-Man comics he's developed his own martial art that he calls the Way of the Spider, and it works because his spider sense gives him like it's a small form of ESP essentially. He can read ahead of what a person does because the spider sense enables him to register threats that are about to happen. It's a sixth sense it's literally a sixth sense for him.
KelryxsKing so over here dropping a knowledge bomb.
I need to breathe. So, the Way of the Spider is his own unique martial art that emphasizes reading what the enemy's going to do and countering and flipping and doing whatever you have to do to come out on top. And it works very often, and it's a very, very powerful part of what Spider-Man is, especially in his prime in the comics, which I'm also excited about because I found information that says that the Peter Parker / Spider-Man in the new game is going to be 23 years old and like already graduated from college, and he's supposed to be a very successful scientist.
Ooh.
So that's super cool to me because that adds a bunch of maturity to him. It implies that he's probably been Spider-Man for 5 or 6 years already. Like he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
He's been through it. He's gone through, like the tragedies and the difficulties of being a new superhero. He's learned about all his powers. He's figured them out. He's used to it. He knows what he's doing. And I think that's a big reason why the movement is so fluid. I think that's a reason why the fighting is so fluent and clean, and it feels so good, and like all this other stuff. I feel like I sound like I was at E3 and I was playing the demos. I wasn't, but I've played enough games where I can watch gameplay and know what a game feels like.
Yes.
So I'm stupid excited for everything Sony announced, pretty much, minus a couple of things. Like I don't care about like Detroit becoming human. I don't care about Gran Turismo. I don't really care about Days Gone. I think Days Gone is a cool concept, but it's like I'd be lying if I said I wasn't kind of over the zombie genre at this point. It feels so overdone to me. It's like The Walking Dead, cool. Like World War Z, cool. Like Resident Evil, yay. Like there's 95 new zombie games every fucking year, it seems.
Yeah, it's pretty much as bad as vampires were too.
Yeah, vampires were bad for a little while.
We need to find a new creature to fucking make everything about now.
See, that's my issue. Dig into some mythology textbooks. There's only 9,000 other monsters you can fucking go off of.
I mean, the only reason Zombies is doing so well is because it's easy to make survival horror type things out of it, or literally anything that's
true.
horde and gun based. It's, I don't know, because before Zombies, I mean, what did we have? Bats, mummies, and frogs, Medusa heads.
Yeah, pretty much. So there's a couple of things I want to touch on, mainly because I want to throw major shade and piss off any Xbox fanboys.
Oh, hold
just
on,
to
I'm
hit
not
this
done
home.
at Sony yet. Because you didn't mention Shadow of the Colossus, which I know you give zero fucks about, but that's one of my most favorite games.
I in my defense, I was with Jukebox. I have played the game. I have tried the game. I hate the game. I don't fucking like it. I don't care about it.
Yeah.
I understand and I respect the people that do like it. Also, heads up, girlfriend said she'd be interested in trying that game. So,
yes.
Jukebox is immediately excited.
Bring her over.
It's the same as everything else. We bitch because we care, but that doesn't mean that we have to like every game. I don't like Shadow of the Colossus. I don't. I think it's a beautiful game. I think it's a very interesting kind of game. It's just, I played it and I could not stand it. I hated it so much.
Yeah. Well, you mostly just got like bored with it, and then you couldn't stand that he controlled like a potato.
Yeah. That's pretty much it.
Because you're used to like God of War, master of everything. Destroy all the things all at once.
I mean, I'll do one more, like, kind of like in my defense thing. It's gonna come out for PS4. It's gonna be remastered. It's probably gonna be cleaned up, and I guarantee the kid probably won't control like a potato anymore. If one of my friends gets Shadow of the Colossus, and I guarantee I know at least one of them will, so if he gets it and he will lend it to me, I will try it for a second time. But I make no promises. I'm probably still not going to enjoy it, but I will give it the benefit of the doubt, and I will try the remastered version a second time just to be sure that I don't like the game. Now I'm going to let Jukebox rant because this is one of his favorite games of all goddamn time.
Yeah, I'll try not to rant too hard, but...
I mean, I did on everything, so fucking knock yourself out.
Yeah, but like, on the PS3, they did a HD remaster. And that was more or less just filling in the pixels, I'll say. Because they didn't change anything. The difference between that and what's coming out on the PS4 here is that they're completely remaking it. That means remodeling the characters using a different physics engine. Like, everything is going to be different, and that scares me. Because there's kind of two types of gamers. I mean, the ones that hold on to their games and the ones that trade them in. So the ones that traded them in, assuming this is for the group of people who have played Shadow of the Colossus. The ones that haven't played, it'll be a new experience. You won't know any different. The ones that have already played, if you held on to your game and you still play it, you know what it feels like. If it's under this new physics engine and, you know, the kid doesn't quite control like a potato, the horse doesn't make as sharp of turns, stuff like that. Even if it fixes things that didn't feel right in the original game, it's just different. And because you're used to the original game, it won't feel right. And I'm really scared for that because they have to completely redesign the physics engine that they're using because they're remaking it. They're not just making it look prettier. Like, I don't know. It's just kind of scary. Like, even if when you're climbing the Colossus, if the Colossi don't move the way they did in the original game, like, if you expect it to do a twist and it does a turn instead, it's gonna, like, hit your muscle memory. It's gonna feel wrong. And I have the feeling, because it could still be a fucking incredibly great game at that point. But the people who originally played it on the PS2 and even the HD remaster on the PS3, they'll play it and they'll be like, this isn't right, this isn't good, and it won't get as much praise as it probably will deserve. I'm done ranting. That was like my concern.
I agree. That's pretty much it. Is Because yeah, it's not a remaster, it's a remake. It's similar to what they did for like Heart Gold, Soul Silver for Pokemon and like Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. It's the same core game, but it's completely revamped. So
New engine, new graphics.
exactly, like you don't know, and it's like I'm on the opposite side of the spectrum. I think they'd be stupid not to change all that stuff. Why not make it a brand new experience? You know, it's because I'm sure how many people are there that probably have Shadow of the Colossus like literally built into their bodies to the point where they could literally play it blindfolded, like Jukebox just said, with muscle memory. Like, you know exactly how a Colossus is going to move. So if you give all the Colossi some new moves and some new motions and all this other stuff, immediately you have a brand new game, essentially. I think that'd be cool. But it's just a matter. It's going to hit everybody in the nostalgia, and it's going to fuck up everybody that's played the game religiously. It's going to hit you in your muscle memory, and I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of people gave it shit reviews for that because they're like, oh, it's not the same. And it's like, it's not that it's worse, it's just that it feels worse because you're used to dealing with the PS2 version controls, you know, like
Yeah.
But so yeah.
Well, kind of in the same vein though, like if they made it so the kid didn't control like a potato, I'd be pretty pissed because that completely defeats the purpose, because at the start of the game you're supposed to be like this fucking idiot who can't even like stand straight. Like, you're supposed to feel unskilled, and then by the end of the game, one, you're more used to it, and second, you've probably gotten some lizard tails and have more stamina, so you don't feel as fucking useless anymore. If they just make it so you don't feel useless from the very beginning, it misses the point of why you felt useless to begin with.
Yeah. I'm excited about Shadow of the Colossus, the remaster, remake,
I don't know what remake. It is either. I think they're calling it remaster, but it's a remake.
I'm excited for Shadow of the Colossus on PS4 because my excitement for it is literally only because I'm excited for Jukebox and I'm excited for all of the other people that love that game to death. I am beyond happy for them.
Yeah.
Because they've wanted since, for how long they've wanted Shadow of the Colossus 2 or a true remake or something. They've wanted something Shadow of the Colossi forever. Yeah. And they're finally getting it, and I am beyond happy for them. It's just that I don't fucking care for the game, so I have no fucks to give right now.
That's like me with Metroid Prime 4.
Exactly.
I'm not in the boat of I've wanted something. I mean, I didn't expect this, and the fact that it's coming out doesn't change anything really. It's just, it's nice that it is. Something I noticed though is I did not see Team Ico's name anywhere in there. Ico. Excuse me.
You're right too.
So I'll assume it's being done by this Japan Studios or whatever. So I'm not sure how that affects Team Ico, because they came out with The Last Guardian, and we know they have long development cycles, and that Sony just pumps them full of money because they unleash gold. In my wants for E3, I wanted to hear something from Team Ico, like a new game that even if they're starting development and it doesn't come out for 5 years, that was one of my hopes. Shadow of the Colossus remake, close enough.
So I just looked it up real quick, and it's saying that it says a remake of the game with ultra high definition art assets is currently in development by SCEI Japan and Bluepoint and scheduled for release on the PlayStation 4 in early 2018.
Yeah, so Ico's not involved.
And then
it's still their property, but
yeah. I don't know. Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah. Oh well. I still don't have The Last Guardian, but I also don't have a PS4. Oh.
Okay, I'm seeing some stuff and it's a little confusing, but like, I don't know. Maybe you can make some more sense of it. Their Team Ico's parent company is SIE Japan.
Oh, okay.
So because SCEI Japan is redoing Shadow of the Colossus, Team Ico could still be involved. They just aren't getting the praise. Like, they just aren't the main developers. That might be what's going on.
SCEI, isn't that Isn't that Sony's like internal? It's kind of like Nintendo's. Fuck. Now I can't
Sony
remember. There's
Computer
EAD.
Entertainment.
Like their internal
something.
development studios.
I think so.
Yeah. So if SCEI is working on it, quote unquote, good chance because they own Team Eco. Team Eco's working on it.
Okay, and I just dug a little deeper, and there's a possibility they aren't, because it says Eco developed with Team Eco, because I'm looking at Japan's SIE, Sony Interactive Entertainment Japan Studio. That is what it all stands for. I'm looking at their game list right now. Eco says developed with Team Eco in a note. And then if I go down to Shadow of the Colossus, it says developed with Team Eco. But then if I scroll down to... Oh, wait, hang on.
Last Guardian.
Hang on. Yep, I'm just trying to grab it. There it is. Then if I get to The Last Guardian, it says developed with Gen Design. But Team Eco is still stated as one of the developers of The Last Guardian. It's the same if I scroll down to where Shadow of the Colossus is. It says developed with Blue Point Games.
Yeah.
So it could be similar to The Last Guardian. Like, they aren't getting like all the credit as one of the developers, but they are still involved, like Jukebox just said. I just wanted to give further clarification real quick.
Yeah. Okay, I can dig that. It was
Me too.
weird to me because I saw the trailer and I didn't see the words Team Eco in there, so I was like, huh. They handed it off to someone else. But since SCEI is working, they own Team Eco. Eco's probably working on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. I'm excited for Shadow of the Colossus. Onwards to your shade for the Xbox.
Yes. I'm excited to say this for some dumb reason. Just to throw out how shit Microsoft's fucking presentation was, the most exciting things that happened are that Minecraft is going to be in 4K, whoop-de-fucking-do, because the game's so goddamn pretty already, and the Crackdown 3 trailer, and the Crackdown 3 trailer was only exciting because of Terry Crews.
Okay, so there's two other things that you didn't mention, which are the only things I want to mention for Xbox, because as little fucks
those.
I have to give, they still, they kind of said some things that people care about. Forza 7 is a thing. It's pretty. Go race cars. They created a new IP called Anthem, and I only watched the trailer of it, and it's a third-person shooter. I cannot have any fucks to give.
I'm excited about that game. I honestly forgot about that. Admittedly, stupid excited for Anthem. I think it looks awesome. My only thing is, it has to compete with Destiny, and Destiny is already this huge beast.
Yeah.
But the thing is, the reason Anthem doesn't count, in my opinion, and the reason why it is not a savior of the Microsoft conference is because it's on PC and PlayStation. So I don't have to give a single fuck and a half about Microsoft to play and love that game.
Right.
So fuck you, Microsoft. Die in a fire already. No one likes you anymore.
Except...
Lots of people like you. I just like hating on you.
I was going to say, except like the 25, 30 million people who own an Xbox One.
Yeah, that.
And then the other thing is
like,
they're finally releasing Project Scorpio. It's like the Xbone S Neo X or some fucking shit. I don't even care. Pretty much it's 4K graphics, and I have zero fucks to give about that or the PS4 that has 4K graphics.
Yeah, the Pro.
Yeah. It's like a shoddy little... It's the same way I felt about the new 3DS where they added a C-stick and a bit more powerful processor. I'm like, you're just kind of extending something that already exists. Like, I see zero reason to go spend like another $500 just to get the 4K graphics, especially since you don't have a lot of content in 4K yet to begin with.
Like, I just want to point something out real quick, just to like kind of put into perspective. So they did the Nintendo 3DS. They did the Nintendo 3DS XL. Then they did the new Nintendo 3DS XL, which is the one that Jukebox just talked about with like the C-stick and the extra shoulder buttons and, a slightly more powerful processor. That's all well and good, but just to put it into perspective how like somewhat pointless that is, I bought my Nintendo 3DS XL, I think, a week outside of its release date. Which, let me just fucking pull this up real quick.
2014.
God damn it! Nah, it was 2012.
Oh,
I believe.
okay.
Because I was working at Domino's when I got mine.
Okay.
So I believe it was 2012. So I bought my Nintendo 3DS XL in 2012. It is now 2017. It has been literally, I swear to God, it has been almost exactly probably 5 years. Almost exactly probably.
Maybe, perhaps.
Nice. Maybe, perhaps. That it has been probably 5 years now. And I'm going to clarify that just to the Nintendo. God damn it. Fuck. Okay. Might help if I put Nintendo 3DS in the Google search bar. February 26, 2011, that dropped. Wait, no, that's just the 3DS. God fucking damn it. I have XL in the thing. Google pissing me off right now. Okay. It released in North America August 19th, 2012. It has been almost exactly...
Oh, wait, I said 2014, didn't I?
Yes.
Damn it.
You were close. But it has been almost exactly 5 years since I bought that thing. It still runs absolutely perfect. It's got some scratches on the outside because I've dropped it a couple times. It still works just fine. The battery is like kind of a lot. The battery's got like maybe half the life it did when I first bought it. Whoop-de-fucking-do. I charged it a little more. And it plays everything regardless. Like, can I play the new Xenoblade Chronicles on 3DS? Well, no. Who the fuck cares? I have it on the Wii. Can I play fucking Smash on it? Yeah, I just don't have a C-stick to make everything a tiny bit easier. Whoop-de-fucking-do.
Yeah.
It's the same with the PS4 Pro and the Xbox 360. And the PS4 Pro and the Xbox One X or whatever, I said 360.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Again, I hate Microsoft. It just makes them even more pointless that they're like toting, oh, they run 4K, because it's like, well, that's great, but now I have to go and buy a fucking 4K TV.
Yeah. I mean, it's literally only good for the people who already have a 4K TV or are going to get one and don't already own these consoles.
So it's just to put it in a to word again just how much of a kick in the nuts that like 4K bullshit is, in my opinion at least, is it's like, let's say I was like, okay, you know what, my PS4 is kind of old now, I've had it for a while, it's starting to run slower, it's starting to get filled, and I want to upgrade. Let's say I go and buy a PS4 Pro. Okay, that's cool, it's a little stronger, it has some more memory, but the main draw, which is the fact that it runs 4K, I can't take advantage of that because I don't have a 4K TV. So if I just bought a PS4 Pro for fucking $400 or whatever it is in Canada right now, then I still have to go out and buy a 4K TV if I want the full experience. And the 4K TV is not going to be cheap. I'm probably looking at, if I get lucky, maybe another $600 or $700 on that. So at the end of the day, I've spent $1,000 just to be able to play PS4 games in 4K. And there aren't very many PS4 games that run in 4K. Horizon Zero Dawn, and I think like probably a lot of the stuff they announced at E3 will run in 4K, which I mean, that's cool, but it's just that. The games don't get funner. They don't get more amazing. They look a tiny bit prettier maybe.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's just a stupid cash grab, and I hate that they're doing it.
You know, the only thing I like about them releasing 4K consoles now is it's kind of getting people ready for whenever the next generation is. Because when the Xbox 720 and the PlayStation 5 come out, will be, I mean, I don't know how far out that is, but I kind of expect they will be 4K only. It's kind of like how the PS3 came out and it was, hey, look, HD, 1080p, HDMI, what is this magic bullshit? And now it's pretty much everything we have nowadays is HDMI, and we're just used to it. 4K is the next step. And this is just a little bit of an ushering. But for every reason Kelryx just said is why I don't think it should be like the main focal point of your fucking presentation.
Yeah.
It's just not that important.
It isn't. Like, ooh, they run in 4K. Like, okay, cool. If I buy the system, does it come with the TV? No? Well, that's a problem, isn't it?
It's like, oh great, I have a system that I can use for my 4K TV that actually takes advantage of the 4K. Guess I'll have to trade in this Xbox One. And then they trade in their Xbox One, they get $300, and they still have to pay like $200 to get the new one anyways, and all it does is run a bit more pretty games. Is it even
pretty
worth
much?
it?
Because that's just it. It's like, let's say I bought my girlfriend a PS4 Pro, and we got her a 4K TV, the exact same size, a 42-inch, just like the TV I'm looking at right now. Let's say I take my PS4 and my not 4K TV, and she takes her PS4 Pro and her 4K TV, and we both play Horizon Zero Dawn. Is it gonna matter that much? No.
Nah.
No, it's not. Ooh, the leaves on the trees look a tiny bit better on hers, or the mechanical machine dinosaurs and shit look a little bit more crisp, and they're a little more refined, and you can make out some of their parts a little better than you can on my TV. Does it fucking matter?
Yeah.
No, it's not like she's going to be landing headshots with her bow and arrow that I can't land on mine because she's just got a clearer line of vision. Like, no, that's not how it works. Is she going to be finding new stuff in-game that I can't find because it's 4K? No, because it's not a different game. It doesn't enhance your gaming at all. It just makes it look a little prettier. Or it boosts the frames per second by a little bit. Whoop-de-fucking-do.
Yeah. Like I said, the only real market for right now is people who either don't have a PS4 or an Xbox yet, or people who have the 4K TVs and want to take advantage of it. People who already have these consoles, I don't expect any of them to actually go get it.
And it's just, another thing is it's also
Xbox.
Like, yes, fuck Microsoft, and also fuck the 4K hype. It's just, it's another thing where it's like, let's say I was making $2,000 a week doing whatever. Like, I don't, even if you have all the money in the world, it's just a stupid investment in my opinion. Because look at what's going to happen is it's like everybody's going to buy PS4 Pros or some shit. Everybody's going to get 4K TVs or some shit. And then the PlayStation 5 is going to come out and it's going to probably run at something higher than 4K.
No, it'll probably be 4K.
Well, you know what I mean, but it's like, what if, you know, they're like, oh, the PlayStation 5 and it runs at fucking 8K or whatever, and then you're just sitting there and you're like, well, shit, now I need another fucking TV.
Yeah, like if...
Probably should have just stuck with my old setup.
If you really want to jump on this whole best graphics whatever, you really got to go to PC, because they've been accepting of 4K for quite a while right now, and at pretty much all the consumer electronic type shows and stuff, they're showing, like, hey, I know we're just, you know, getting comfortable with 4K and all of our graphics cards can handle doing ultra graphics at 4K now, but have a look at my 8K setup. You know, it's like 2 years out, but hey, 8K exists, guys.
It's just, just like Jukebox said, if you're that much of a graphics whore, go to PC. Yeah. Don't worry about consoles if you're a graphics whore, because you're never going to get what you want without dropping stupid amounts of cash and wasting your time.
Also, I am actually a little scared that 4K, because even as it is now, it's super common. I mean, if you're buying a new TV at this point, you're probably getting a 4K TV, but
most likely.
I honestly only know about 3 people who even have a 4K TV at this point. I'm a little scared that we're just going to skip it right by and go to 8K, because technology is working so hard to push out all these pixels. Like, we had CRTs for the longest fucking time, which for video games was 240p, and then once they could take advantage of it, they did 480. I mean, those had really long time spans where they were in those resolutions. And then we got HD. We got 720p and we got 1080p, and, you know, games run in 720p and stuff, but we pretty much skipped it right by and said, fuck it, we're going to the 1080p televisions. I feel by the time we're actually comfortable with 4K TVs and stuff, it's just going to be gone. Everyone's going to be ready to get an 8K.
Yeah. It'll blow over, and it'll be like 4K never existed. But anyways, to wrap up super quick.
Yeah.
Who won E3 for you, Jukebox?
Nintendo.
Just to clarify. I agree that Nintendo is like a 99% for me. The main reason Sony won. Because, and again, I will state again, just for the record, Kingdom Hearts 3, its trailer was not an E3 thing, but it was so close to when E3 dropped that I don't care, and I'm counting it anyways. We got Kingdom Hearts 3 news, we got more God of War, we got The Last of Us 2, we got Death Stranding, Days Gone, Spider-Man, a little more Destiny 2 news. Like, we got all this massive stuff for Sony, and it's all coming soon, like very soon. It's not like summer of 2018 and like blah blah blah, and it's not for a console that's brand new that isn't readily available. That is the only reason Sony really wins for me. If the Switch had already been out for a year and I already had one, Nintendo would probably win. Just by a hair, but simply because I don't have a Switch in my possession and I'm probably not going to have one for at least a few more months, Nintendo does fall behind just slightly. So for me, Sony wins. Microsoft can still suck a dick.
Yeah, Sony made a close second for me. And I know you're saying for you, Sony wins. For me, Nintendo wins, but I think in general, as like a general consensus for the gaming community, Nintendo still won.
I think based on... you know what? I'm just going to Google it real quick. I'm just going to be like, who won E3 2017? I'm just going to see what the general consensus is. Microsoft sucked dick. Yep, we got that already. Who won? Pretty much everybody is agreeing that Nintendo wins E3 2017. And again, I totally understand. Nintendo dropped some fucking bomb-ass shit. It's just the simple fact that I don't have a Switch yet. That's the only reason that I'm still personally putting Sony up top. But Nintendo definitely won the overall consensus.
You know what? I forgot about one other thing that I have a small thought to give about. The new Monster Hunter's open world.
Is it actually?
No, that's what I've been hearing.
Goddamn, that might actually be good, because the only thing I hated about Monster Hunter, the couple times I've played it, is it's like, grab your quest, go out on a thing, you have 50 minutes, go turn in your quest, grab a quest, you have 50 minutes, turn in your quest, grab a quest, you have 55 minutes. Like, oh my fucking god, I get it.
It's called Monster Hunter World.
Yeah, I couldn't stand them. I can't stand Monster Hunter games. They're too slow paced for me, but maybe this one will change it.
Yeah, just let me quick look.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Yeah, open world environment played in third person perspective.
Cool. Maybe I'll buy that.
Yeah, that's the only reason why I wanted to mention it, is it's fucking open world now.
That'd be pretty awesome, actually, for a Monster Hunter game, especially.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool, because then we'll just touch on this super quick, because I do care about Monster Hunter. It's just that they aren't like my kind of game. Like I just said, they're too slow paced for me. Like, I hate it. Like, no matter what weapon I even used dual swords when I played it, and it still felt slow to me. I felt like I could never do what I want to do. I'd be like, I want to dodge, and I still get hit. I want to cut, but I still get hit. I want to dodge and then hit, but I still get hit. And I'm like, God fucking damn it. And any like hardcore people, because we have one friend, Mohawk Man, we've talked about him. He's obsessed with Monster Hunter, and he's also very good at Monster Hunter. So if he listens to this, he's probably going to be like, dude, you're nuts. It's totally fine. You just have to figure it out. But therein lies my issue. I shouldn't have to figure it out. You shouldn't have to master a game to be able to play it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not fair to me. It's not fair that you should have to bum around and get your ass kicked for however long before you can like get into it and have fun and do what you want with it. So if the Monster Hunter is open world, hell, I'll give it a try.
Yeah.
I think it'd be a lot of fun.
I still haven't played a Monster Hunter game. I was going to get Try on the Wii once it dropped from $14 its used price. But
Nice.
I actually have Monster Hunter 1 on PS2, so that'll probably be the first one I play. Which feels appropriate to me to play the first one in a series and then work my way through the series.
It's one of those things, like, I want to tell you not to even bother because, like, honestly, like, everybody agrees that the first one's pretty trash.
Guess I'll play a trash game then.
Yeah. But, so yeah, Sony wins E3 for me, Nintendo wins for Jukebox.
Who wins for you? We'll put a Twitter poll up.
Yeah.
Go check us out at games_podcast.
That's actually a wonderful idea. I'm gonna go vote on that.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it to it.
But anyways, for episode 12 of the Infinity Games podcast, I'm KelryxsKing.
And I'm Jukeboxhero.
And we'll see you guys in episode... Are we skipping 13? 13's an unlucky number.
Nah, it's super lucky. We're hitting that thing hard.
Okay, cool. Can we record it on a Friday?
Sure.
Yay! We'll see you guys in the next episode. Catch you later.